tournament, so says Frank Martin. Yeah. The best player on the court might be Sindarius Thornwell, the SEC Player of the Year once again. He's averaging 25.8 points per game in the tournament, scoring at least 24 in each outing. He is averaging, once again, 25.8 points per game, and he's getting, or his least point production is 24. South Carolina can't be counted on to hit from three-point range. They're only shooting 33% from behind the arc, but they give up. They only allow 29% from behind the arc in their competition. So they may not be great three-point shooters, but it doesn't matter, but they stopping everybody else. What was that run when they beat Duke? Like, Duke went 0 for like 15 in the second half of their game against South Carolina, as well as the last game that Carolina played in the tournament as well, their opponent as well. So they forced an average of 17 turnovers for 4 NCAA tournament games, outscoring every team in the second half by an average of 13.5 points. They had that 65-point second half against Duke. They're 26-10 this year. They're going to need it against Gonzaga, who's got that big front court with the Karnowski kid, the blue chip 7-foot freshman Zach Collins, and forward Jonathan Williams. But Frank Martin says, we play in the SEC. I understand some of you guys never watch us play, but my God, anyone see Alabama play? They're big. Anyone see LSU play? They're big. If we were one of the smaller mid-major schools, this is where you start kind of worrying if you can handle size. Our team has been exposed to everything: size, athleticism, winning, losing, good, bad, suspensions. Those kids have thrown in the towel or not thrown in the towel and not blinked all year long. That's the quote from Frank Martin. You're damn right. Go Cox! Yeah. And I agree. I agree with Joe Rett, man. The defensive pressure that they're going to put on Gonzaga, they ain't used to that. They are not used to that, man. And once again, I talked about this earlier this week, man. When cats is all up in your shorts all game long, like, it takes you out of the rhythm of what you normally do. When you have that defensive intensity like South Carolina has shown to have, especially in the tournament. Also, the other matchup, 8:49 p.m. Eastern tip-off. You've got the number 3 seed Oregon taking on the number 1 seed North Carolina Tar Heels. So you got old school Roy Williams. You got old school low post player in Kennedy Meeks. Man, North Carolina 31-7 has a national best rebounding margin of plus 13 per game. And the Tar Heels are rebounding nearly 42% of their missed shots entering Saturday's game in Arizona. It's a good rebounding team, too, although not like North Carolina. The Ducks do it more through athleticism and effort, especially after losing shot-blocking stretch forward Chris Boucher to a torn ACL in the Pac-12 tournament. Let's see. The Ducks playing in their first Final Four since winning the inaugural NCAA tournament in 1939. They're going to play with 6'7" wing Dylan Brooks at power forward next to active 6'9" center Jordan Bell. Bell had 11 points, 13 boards, and 8 blocks in the 74-60 takedown of number 1 seed Kansas. He's the real reason that they advanced. I mean, he was just an animal down there in the paint. Sophomore guard Tyler Dorsey has scored at least 20 points in 7 consecutive games. He made 25 of 40 three-pointer shots in the past 6 games as well. The Tar Heels have been led all season long by Justin Jackson. Y'all know that, who's averaging 18.2 points per game and shooting 38% from three-point line, as well as Joel Berry, the third. I think he is the third. Berry is averaging 14.6 points. Meeks is at 12.3. and Isaiah Hicks scores 12-1 a game. North Carolina, which was the top seed in the South, is the Final Four, or is in the Final Four for the second consecutive season, having lost in the 2016 final when Villanova's Chris Jenkins hit a buzzer beater three-pointer. The Ducks, the number 3 seed in the Midwest, have taken a step further than last season when they lost in the Elite Eight. So, 8:49 p.m. tip-off, Oregon taking on UNC. A little bit earlier, South Carolina taking on Gonzaga. I think it's going to happen. I'm very confident in North Carolina winning. And I say it's a coin toss, man. It's a coin toss. Vegas still got Gonzaga as the favorite to win the whole tournament. I haven't watched a lot of Gonzaga, so I don't know how good they are. I've watched them a little bit in the tournament this year. But it's going to be a whole new ball game when that defensive pressure gets on their ass. I'm calling it. And all Carolina's NCAA championship. Gamecocks versus the Heels. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. And all Carolina finals. That'd be beautiful. Or you'd have an all great Northwest finals with Oregon, with the Ducks taking on Gonzaga, which I believe is in Washington. So you'd have Washington taking on Oregon. Possibly you could have that. Or you could possibly have the Battle of the Carolinas, man. That'd be great. You got the the women, Dawn Staley, in the South Carolina Lady Gamecocks. I think they played tonight against Stanford, I believe. Let me make sure, in the Final Four. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Make sure people say that I, don't give the women their respect. Exactly. Tonight, the number 2 Stanford Cardinal take on the number 1 seeded Lady Gamecocks. And then also tonight you've got, I might watch a little college basketball tonight. I might watch the women tonight. I might just do that. Shut up! Right. And then you at 9:30, you got Mississippi State, the number 2 seed, taking on the number 1 seed, Connecticut, who's won 11 games in a row. So interesting for me. Interesting storylines for me because I root for all things South Carolina. So I want to see if Dawn Staley and the Lady Gamecocks can get it done and advance to the championship game and have an opportunity to take on Connecticut. You're right. It's a foregone conclusion. Connecticut's going to be in the final. It's just how close can the Gamecocks, if they advance, the Lady Gamecocks, if they advance, how close can they keep the game? And maybe pull out a miracle and shock the world and beat Connecticut for the first time in, once again, 11 games. That's what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to watch some women basketball tonight. Loose neck side, Georgia Tech got smoked in NIT last night. Doug Curse is the gift that keeps on giving. I won't even dignify that with a response, me having anything to do with Georgia Tech losing to TCU. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Ms. Mocabella, ex-squad. Doug ain't never talked about South Carolina basketball teams before. Now they're in the NCAA tournament. Why would I talk about South Carolina basketball before? From loose neck side, Doug now watching the women's Final Four tonight. He will claim he missed it because of the Arena League or draft or something, or the roller derby. Right, or the roller derby. Yeah, listen. Right now, I'm saying that I'm going to attempt to watch the Lady Gamecocks tonight in UConn. Women's basketball. I'm not promising you. I'm going to make an attempt to. Right. From KC, Doug will watch the tip-off of the women's game just to say he watched. No, I'll keep it real and tell you how much I watch. Ain't no shame in my game. I'll tell you how much I watch. I'm going to attempt to watch the whole game. If the game is good, in relative terms to women basketball? Shut up! Shut up. If it's good in relative terms for women basketball, I'm going to keep watching. Let's go Gamecocks. From WOD504, a couple of months ago, I started a diagram tree to keep up with all the teams Doug is rooting for. I had to add a new branch for South Carolina basketball. Good for you, sir. Good for you. I appreciate that. From Sly the Sports Guy, Bama, I've been broadcasting his games the past 2 years. The kid is nice, and he didn't even try to score in the All-Star game. So last night, I watched the McDonald's All-American game. Was that last night or the night before? Was it last night? What did I do last night? Last night I went out somewhere. No. Oh, no, it was the night before. I think it was the night before. I don't know. I'm old. But the McDonald's All-American game, man, it got a couple of kids. I mean, every single year. The McDonald's All-American game got probably 10 future NBA players in it every year. It's pretty good. Let's see. From 334 Bama Boy, yes, I watched him in the McDonald's game. I said the same thing. Majority of these cats, man, top 100 players in the nation, all going to Kentucky. Well, not all, but the majority. They have the majority of McDonald's All-American players pretty much every year. Calipari. I mean, why wouldn't you? If you're trying to get to the NBA, yeah. Your boy Calipari got a formula. Come play with the other best players that are going to leave after 1 year. Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis. That's what they do. Yeah. All right, when we get back from the break, man, time to give out some ball penis. Yeah, we're going to give out the Ball Peters Award. Going to the Bust of the Week in Sports Entertainment and Beyond. We need to mention Cam Newton. He had a surgery on yesterday. They cut Cam. And also, gotta mention as well, the Cavs. And they struggling. Harden and the Rockets go down last night. So quick NBA talk as well. Up next on the Doug Stewart Show. And we're giving out ball penis. A lot to do. Don't go away.
To know who is the kid with all the soul. It's my life. I'll put on this, the world of Chris. So listen in, it unfolds with food for the mind, improving my lines, beats, and using my time wisely, inviting you to fly with me and cry with me and lie with me as I'm looking up to God, getting my energy source from my Lord is my clarity. And these facades that's blind in my path. You do the math. These other cats is bringing half. My foundation is love and patience, so I'm built to last. I feel the blast from your attack, cranberry bathing, scaring us. My soul food is more than chicken and asparagus, and greens and grits is from the heart, so now they fearing us. It's more than just music, cause the flow I'm using is serious. Real thought and rap, it's not a lotta. My punchlines touch minds, I got more catchphrases than Mike Piazza. I gotta keep this metaphorically tight, but leave it just loose enough so it'll fit around your life, alright? For all I'm out to spit, and already did. It seems these people making plans to try to stop the kid. But dog, it's obvious, cause I must win. You can't stop it, do the math, it's not happening. For all I'm about to spit, and already did. It seems these people making plans to try to stop the kid. But dog, it's obvious, cause I must win. You can't stop it, do the math, it's not happening. These people wanna see me fail and don't think I can sell. I'm displaying my creations of art, they show and tell. I know that hell's trying to block my trail. I lock myself into my room to fuse together this music that's got to spell success and positive vibes the rest of my life. I plan to help the fail through bad vibes. I lift lines to show and exposed minds. My golden balls can show your soul how to shine and hold it on the guard on life's stride.